Hey there riders, Moto Journo Kris here today, and I'm really excited to be back on board a WR250R. This is my new WR250R, the replacement for the stolen bike. Basically just as an update, insurance came through. They eventually found the bike, it was being parted out, but at that point the insurance had started to organise a new machine. Basically, I went to Bike Biz out at Parramatta and asked them about availability of these bikes because I knew that they were coming to an end, they were discontinued, and they said, we'll put your name down on a bike, and that way when your insurance comes through, if they don't recover your bike in time, you'll have one, you know, on the list for you, because I was a little bit concerned about missing out. And realistically speaking, nothing much had changed from when I chose this as the ideal machine. You know, the CRF 300L and Rally were out now, but they weren't actually available at the time when I replaced this bike. I think they're still just coming into the country now. And this was the bike I chose, and as I said, nothing had changed. So back on board the WR250R now. I've got a whole heap of accessories on the way. I haven't done much to this bike. I wanted to get some nice photos of it in stock form because I'm always terrible at taking photos of my new bike, so I've got a bit of a record of how they really evolve over their lifetime. I do have the Zeta pegs on because that was a two-person job and my dad was over giving me a hand with some other stuff, and that was easy to get done. The first time we did it, it took quite a while. The second time, 5 minutes. The right-hand peg, a little bit harder than the left-hand peg. 5 minutes, you know, 3 minutes. Really super simple job. You just want two people because getting the pin in and the spring in place is the complicated part. And once you do that, it's actually really, really easy. Apart from that, I've got the Dunlop D606 tires on the bike. I got them fitted when I picked it up because I just wanted something a little bit more kind of off-road friendly. And also, I felt like when I last tried these out, they had a bit more grip in really all conditions, even on the tarmac, than those trail wings the bike comes with. The one downside to those D606s is that they add ride height. I think they add like an inch, maybe a little bit more, and that is very noticeable. I can still get a foot down flat in my Adventure 2 city boots. However, before, on the stock tires and on the entirely stock bike, I could get it down, get a foot down or get 2 feet down flat in my road boots, which have a much smaller sole on them. So you're adding a bit of ride height there as something to keep in mind if you're thinking about doing that. There's so many things I want to do to the bike, but that's just going to be covered in the project videos going forward. And I'm just really doing some road rides to get some kilometers up and get the first service done. I want to get the crash protection on, I want to get my bark busters on, I want to get the sump guard from B&B on before I do too much really, proper off-roading. I'll probably put the Pro Taper bars I got for the previous WR on as well because I never got a chance to fit those as a little bit of a hardier bar, and I'll start doing that. But as I said, I wanted to get some nice photos of the bike and give you an update really of the bike in stock form. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, but real life has gotten in the way and I haven't had a chance to do any longer rides. I've done, a couple of 30K rides. Yesterday and today have been the first longer rides, which still, a couple of 100 kilometers. And we'll be getting the first service done. I'll be heading back to Bike Biz out at Parramatta to get that done. They were really good when I had the first bike done with its first service because the mechanic did mention to me a couple of things. Obviously the oil changes need to be done a little bit more frequently than maybe recommended if you really want to take care of your machine. Keep an eye on the air filter. Obviously I've been riding for quite a while, but dirt bikes are certainly by no means something I'm an expert in, and that kind of advice is really helpful, particularly because he wasn't saying come in and we'll do that for you. He was saying, between the major services, those are good jobs you can do yourself. So really great value-driven advice. And I've got to give a really big thanks to Tanner out at Bike Biz Parramatta for getting my name on this bike because, as I said, there's no more coming into the country. If you see one new for sale now, it's one of the last ones available. And if you were thinking about a WR, now's the time, a WR250R. Now is the time to grab a new one because there's not going to be any available into the future. I'm hoping Yamaha offer some replacement. There's been some rumours about a Tenere perhaps built with the MT-03 engine in it, which I think would be a very different machine, but it could be something more like the Versys, and whether it'd get like the top spec suspension not top spec, but the well spec suspension and the same lightweight as this machine is something else. I feel like it'd come across or end up as something quite different. But if they brought out a WR300R or something like that, or a 350, maybe even a 450, I think that could do really well. Regardless, that's the update on the bike for now. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. I'll be back with plenty of updates through 2021. So sub if you want to keep an eye on my project, and if you've got any suggestions, I'll be open ears because I'm looking for all kinds of different ideas. Some things I've already got sorted, but there's a lot of stuff that I still want to do, and money allowing, budget allowing, we'll see what we can do with this bike.